So the book I'm going to read out of today is The Barbarian Way, and it's by Erwin McManus, who's a pastor at a church called Mosaic in LA. This is page 102, and it's titled Festival of Life. One of the great joys I've been privileged to experience as a result of writing Chasing Daylight, another one of his books, has been receiving the stories of people from all over the world who have chosen to redirect their lives to pursue the dreams that have remained latent within them. As lead pastor of Mosaic, I regard this as an essential measure of spiritual health and vitality. When the church becomes an institution, people are nothing more than volunteers to be recruited. When the church is a movement, our stewardship becomes the unleashing of our God-given gifts and talents and passions. My goal is not to cast a vision that everyone buys into, but to create a visional community where everyone who enters in begins to have wild and God-sized dreams and visions. There is a price to pay, of course, when you choose this particular path. You end up with an unruly barbarian tribe. They keep getting called by God to do things you didn't expect or really didn't want them to do. From our community in Los Angeles, we have social workers in New Delhi, artists in Istanbul, an aspiring chef in Paris, a dancer, a film editor, a soon-to-be doctor, a fashion designer in New York, business people in China, a psychologist and educator in Lithuania, an environmental engineer in Morocco, and the list goes on and on. I cannot overemphasize how difficult these people are to replace. Yet as much complexity as this brings and as much instability as this creates, it pales in comparison to watching lives being wasted on careers and occupations that were taken on as a result of obligation or lack of courage to pursue the dreams that were waiting to be realized. While modern man keeps hoping we will evolve into something that will be God-like, the Barbarian Way unveils that our best future is found in our primal beginnings. Evolution is not the key to humanity's freedom. Transformation is. There is a metamorphosis waiting to happen within every one of us. A part of this metamorphosis is discovering your divine destiny and knowing for the first time who you were created to become. When the Spirit of God comes to live within you, you strangely become aware of your inadequacy and your extraordinary potential. When you choose the path of civilized religion, any change that is worth noting is at best incremental. It is only when you choose the Barbarian Way that the result is revolutionary. Recently, I heard an old Celtic proverb that says you should never give a sword to a man who can't dance. This couldn't be more true than on the Barbarian Way. Every mystic warrior finds his strength from his inner joy. This is what Nehemiah declared as he called God's people to rise up and face their impending challenge. Go and enjoy choice food and sweet drinks, and send some to those who have nothing prepared. This day is sacred to our Lord. Do not grieve, for the joy of the Lord is your strength. You have now joined a tribe of dreamers and visionaries, and this is no small part of why you are passionate to bring others into this community of faith, hope, and love. You have found, through the liberation of your soul, that each barbarian walks a path that unleashes raw and untamed faith. I love this because it speaks about what it looks like to live in a kingdom on earth as it is in heaven culture. And it speaks about what it looks like to rest in Jesus being our Sabbath. People that choose to follow God into these reckless, crazy dreams have such a rest in order to do it in Jesus. You have to be able to trust Him. And this is what is so beautiful about the daily work that we have with God. The daily work that we have with God as Christians when Jesus becomes our Sabbath comes out of a place of rest in who God is. It doesn't come from security in finances to send us off. It comes in security of who God is and knowing that when we follow Him, He makes a way where there's no way. And so I love that. I love that this book is challenging people to do that. Erwin McManus, The Barbarian Way.